Providence. I wanted to share a message with you regarding accepting what is. So many times in our lives we're faced with situations where we're having to deal with people or situations and we resist it and fight it. In actuality, we have no control over it. When we can learn to just accept it for what it is and make decisions effectively from there, you'll bring so much more peace into your life. I had a situation with an employer after my arrest for drug addiction, and I really felt trapped, like I could not, I was just stuck. I didn't think. I had that mentality that I'm not going to be able to get a job, I'm just going to have to tolerate whatever. But I'm here to tell you that's not the truth. Once I pressed forward in my journey, I learned that I can respect myself. I made a mistake. I'm doing the right things now. And it was a long 8 years working for that man, but I'm here to tell you that I was able to walk away from it. And I walked away a better person, an ethical person, an honest person. And I can't say the same for that gentleman. But I'm going to read a little bit from a chapter of my book called A Tango with Depression, and just a little bit how I moved through it. And the purpose of this video is for you to understand that once you can learn these techniques and these steps, you no longer have to allow this type of stuff in your life. You'll be able to make more effective decisions that are honest decisions with yourself. So here's a little bit of the chapter. I'm sharing this chapter because it entails two very important topics to me: oppression and karma energy. It is quite liberating when we can reflect upon things you have done in the past and see them unfolding back into your lives. This is how I choose to look at my tango with oppression, as a lesson and a return of energy. I look back 15 years or so and reflect upon my days in management when I may have treated others unfairly, which made them feel oppressed. Life is really wonderful when you allow yourself to see the things that happen to you as a means to grow. That's so important. If you can move from why me, being bitter and angry about the things that happen to you, and start seeing them as a means to grow and develop, your whole life will evolve and change, and it'll be magnificent. After losing my job because of my addiction, I immediately began applying for jobs and got offered a job and started back to work within a few days. I had no idea when they were going to issue a warrant and arrest for me, but it does happen. I had been working in this new position for several months before the arrest happens. When I finally had to inform my employer of what was going on with my arrest and plea agreement, I was amazed that I was able to keep my job. I felt so blessed, thankful, and grateful. But little did I know that that was karma returning past energy to me. I can reflect and see in my past where I put others in a position of feeling unappreciated and fearful. There were many days that I dealt with fear of being fired if I spoke up about anything. After many comments that should have never been said, subtle threats, etc., reality sinks in. This was not the best environment to remain employed. It took me years to stand up for myself. I came to the realization that things would never change. And at that point in my journey, I know that if you can't change a situation, you either have to accept it or move on. I moved from a state of fear to one of self-respect, simply by accepting the situation for what it was. At this point, I had the confidence to believe in myself and stand up for myself. There was no way that life could only just be this: coming to work and looking at someone you have absolutely no moral respect for. I refused to live in fear, and in fact, I was prepared to face the fear. That's a big one, folks. You got to face it. For the most part, it's mostly just thoughts in our head. I had the ability to stay calm and challenge what I knew was wrong. When you're doing the right thing for the right reason, your sense of calm will be there for you. I believed that a new path was being prepared for me. I had been working on it diligently, and I trusted and had faith all will work out. I chose to fearlessly let go. Here's a quote that I really enjoy. We often think of oppression in terms of tyrants, but it most often comes from the institutions, philosophies, and people closest to us. That's by Bryant McGill. Another one is, the world will not be destroyed by those that do evil, but because of those that look on and do nothing. Albert Einstein. So I had made up my mind and there was no turning back. I had faith in myself and the universe that everything would work out. I was no longer going to remain quiet. If things were wrong, I was going to make sure that I shared my point of view. I knew that I was doing my job and I was doing it well, and that is all I needed to know. You see, use of knowledge is power. Confidence in knowing your worth will give you the courage to do what you need to do. Don't let anybody take your self-worth away. Bullies really like to do that. All you have to do is stand up to them. Okay, now here's a quote by Bryant McGill that I needed to see at a time I needed to see it at that moment. I was consumed with feelings of retaliation and I knew this was wrong. So when I saw this quote, it gave me comfort and peace. It made me realize that the oppression I was experiencing was nothing more than cowardice. Here's the quote. The world is not fair, and often fools, cowards, liars, and the selfish hide in high places. Bryant McGill. So I just wanted to close with this because to change your life when you're stuck in a situation that just makes you miserable every day, you have to start analyzing it, and you have to start being honest with yourself. Can you change it? If you can't change it, you either accept it or you take steps to move on. You don't keep yourself in a place of complaining about it and why me. So here I am with a felony conviction. Now I'm an empowerment coach. I work with clients every day, helping them understand their self-worth and how to take their power back. As well as a published author, I've written some courses, and I'm just moving forward. My whole life has changed because I stopped and said, I'm worth this, and I'm worthy. And I hope that this message means a lot to you. I'll include some links to my website, as well as my book, if you're interested in reading my entire book on how I changed my life by changing my mindset. And of course, my email, you can email me with any questions. I'm always here, and I'm always willing to reach out and help you. Have a great day. Thank you.